Hello, welcome to the queue. It is Operation Ultra, turn 8 for the Commonwealth, and it is just after Christmas, and I spent a great deal of time updating the map for all the turns that dropped at Christmas that I couldn't get to. So, finally getting to my turn, which is going to be a lot less time than all the updating was, that's for sure. For purchases, Canada sitting on, what is that, 18? 2 transports, 1 artillery. Britain is at 52. We've got a radar, a airbase, 2 infantry fighter, destroyer, 2 corvettes, a Firefly tank we'll build in Canada, and we can build one of those per turn now, as well as one of the um, Churchill tanks, and that's per Commonwealth as a total. Um, the Churchill is not part of the British buy. It is South African buy. They will save $2 of the 8 they had. Anzac, got to repair that Air Force. They're going to buy a fighter. They're $15 and save 5. So let's look at some combats. We got a combat here in C Zone 34. We're going to have a coastal sub come out of 33. We're going to have a regular sub come out of 53 along with a destroyer, so we can get a shot at that submarine there. Well, let's add 2 fighters. Well, actually, let's take the Spitfire from Nova Scotia. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't mark it with a fuel gauge. It has a 1 movement left. Since all the fleet has retreated, no, I'm going to leave it like that. Do I want to move another destroyer? No, I do not. We'll let it go like that. Hopefully we can get the job done. That doesn't seem like a whole lot though, does it? We got 1 more destroyer here from C Zone 30, which will come over 1, 2. All right, so hopefully that gets the job done in the Navy. No attacks Europe, no attacks Africa. Let's go back into India. Coming out of southern Iran will be 2 infantry, actually 3 infantry, and a medium armor into Bombay. And over here at Madras, we've got 2 transports here in 77. Grab a Churchill, a medium armor, British infantry, South African infantry. 1, 2, 3 into C Zone 66. They will land and enjoy. We've got a transport here in 64, which is going to grab a Marine and an infantry out of Cairo. 1, 2. And they will also land. We're going to have 2 planes come into the action. This tactical from southern Iran, 1, 2. It'll have a movement of 2 left. We're going to pull 1 of the Spitfires out of Cairo. There's an air base. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a movement of 1 left. So let's take 1 chip off, place the Spitfire on. So now we're at 4 Spitfires in Cairo. And this one's going to chip off in the non-com. That's it. 3 rollable attacks. Let's move on from there. I guess we'll just start up here with this C Zone. We've got a coastal sub, which fires at a 3. Oh, there's a hit. And we've got a regular sub and 2 destroyers that fire at 4s. No hits. And we have a Spitfire at 7. 2 hits. That's all we needed. All right, so the destroyer and coastal sub are gone. The coastal sub defends at a 2. And the destroyer defends at a 4. Oh, it gets a hit. So we'll lose that coastal sub because we don't care about it. All right, that's it for the battle in the Atlantic. Let's head on over to Bombay here. I got 3 infantry at 2. No hits. And I got 1 medium armor at a 6. No hits. All right. The Japanese infantry defends at a 4. It misses as well. Round 2. Infantry at 2. Nothing. Medium armor at a 6. Nothing. Japanese defense does get a hit, so we're going to lose the British infantry. All right. Now it's getting tight. 2 British infantry at 2. There's the hit. Japanese defense at a 4 has an 8. So we lose 1, we kill 1. All right, so Bombay falls. Madras here. Let's do that one. We're going to have the Marine is an amphibious assaulting. He gets to be a 3. The artillery, I think, yeah, it's a 3. So he'll boost 1 infantry to a 3, and I'll have 1 unboosted, and then 2 tanks, well, along with the aircraft. All right, so we've got the 1 infantry by itself at 2, misses. The Marine, artillery, and boosted infantry at 3. Oh my gosh, not good. 2 tanks at 6. There's 1 hit. The Churchill fires the same on attack as a regular tank. We have a fighter and a tactical. No, wait a minute. The fighter is a Spitfire. So there'll be 2 at 7. There's the 3 hits we needed. There is 3 defenders there. They are gone. Let's see what kind of damage they do. And 3 at 4. 2 hits. All right, so we'll lose the 2 infantry. All right, so that is what is in Madras now. And we're going to go up 2 for Britain. So they'll go up to 50. Japan will go down to some ungodly number. Now it's on to non-com. All right, so these planes have to land. So they're going to land on this carrier here. So the carrier comes out of C-Zone 47 with a port, 1, 2, 3. And they will land here on the carrier. How convenient. All right. Next, in the Middle East, we have an anti-aircraft gun from southern Iran, which goes into Tehran. An infantry from southern Iran goes up to Iran. And the infantry from Tehran goes over to Iran. From Transjordan, here comes 2 artillery. 3 infantry, 2 British, 1 South African. All right, let's move over to Transjordan. 2 infantry from Cairo. We're going to move from southern or upper Egypt, 1 infantry into Cairo. We're going to leave these infantry there. The Churchill tank will come out of Alexandria into Upper Egypt, along with the artillery and the Anzac and the British infantry. All right. Now, you know what? The British infantry stays because I don't think I have any infantry. I do have it. Oh, I'm taking a Marine. That's right. Oh. Low battery light just came on. All right, well, we're close to being done here. All right, so the bomber will come out of Cairo, 1, 2, 3, 4, land in Malta. We have the 2 fighters that were on the carrier that come out of C-Zone 47, 1, 2, 3. They'll land on Malta. Let's give them support. We're going to pick up the infantry that we didn't move from Alexandria and a Marine from Cairo, and they'll come over 1, 2 and go into Malta. And let's bring over a destroyer, 1, 2, so there's no sneak attacks on that. We're going to leave the 2 guys in Alexandria. The 1 South African from Tripoli goes over to Cyrenaica. Those will stay the same. Well, they're not staying the same. We need 3 Spitfires left in Cairo. So this one here that I'm chipping out is this one. He'll come over here to Upper Egypt along with this tactical and the fighter off the light carrier. All right, so all this is in C-Zone 47. All right, so that should be it. We've got a Churchill in Uganda, 1, 2. He'll come up into Upper Egypt. We do have these 3 medium armor in Upper Egypt that did not move. They will move into Cairo. Okay, so that looks good for Africa, Asia. Well, not good, but it looks acceptable. All right. The Canadians will move back out onto the coast here in Rio de Oro. 2 artillery, 1 infantry, and then a British armor. This Spitfire will land in Rio de Oro because that's the only spot it has left. This Navy, we will go from that naval base 1-2 into Sea Zone 33. This destroyer from 30 comes into Sea Zone 33. These 3 transports, one of them's loaded, drops their load in the Azores, but all 3 transports come into 33. I'm going to have to walk to the other side of the map because this is a big table, so I won't be able to reach that. Oh, I should have brought the camera with me because I want to move that Pacific transport too. All right, well, let's turn the camera now. So we have 1 transport, so we're going to load up the heavy artillery and Canadian infantry. Come down 1, 2, 3 into the Azores. All right. Then we're going to bring these 2 fighters from Nova Scotia, 1, 2, 3 into the Azores. They have an air base, so that's kind of nice. British destroyer, 2 Canadian destroyers. All right. And that leaves these guys to be picked up by the newly purchased Canadian destroyers. All right. The infantry in Ottawa will march over to Quebec as well. I guess it doesn't matter. That's all Quebec. All right, so let's go over here. Don't mind all those Germans in Russia. I'm pretty sure I don't have that right, but it was difficult to follow. Let's grab the infantry, artillery on this transport in 138, come over 3 into Midway, and we'll drop them into Midway. There's a rather large U.S. fleet there, so I feel comfortable. All right, that is it. Let's place out our purchases. I should have taken the Canadian stuff with me. So the 2 transports and the artillery that are Canadian, and then the Firefly, Sherman Firefly from Britain will be built here in Quebec. That's a good thing. I think I can only build 3. Or the British doesn't count towards the stack. If it does, then that artillery will go back here to Ottawa. All right, so now for Britain. So Canada spent all its money. Britain spent all its money. We've got an air base and a radar, which will go here into Upper Egypt. Face the coast. That'll give us some bonus to all those planes. In Cairo is 2 infantry and 1 fighter. So they'll give us our 4-plane scramble there. Due to the radar. All right. You guessed it. Wait a minute. Those 2 infantry don't go into Cairo. They're going at the military base here in Upper Egypt and the military base in Tehran. All right. So I built a fighter there. I've got 2 of the, Corvette class. It's not really, what is that called? Flower class Corvette. So then the 3rd item, I guess, has to be built because I had 4. So I built the aircraft and then 2 ships. So I have to build this 3rd destroyer down here in South Africa, which is probably how I had it laid out, and then it got moved for some reason. In South Africa is the Churchill tank, and we'll save $2 on our cash. And we're saving $5 on our cash here. So 1 fighter goes into Sydney. All right. That will be that. Let's look at the cash we get. All right. So Canada is at 11. And they get 5 bonus. So they will have $16 for next turn. There's $16. right, Britain is at an even 50 for cash. Their bonuses is 13, 5 for the transports, 5 for the Middle East, and 3 for Africa. So that will give us 65 for next turn. All right, South Africa is at 6. I don't have a 5, so we'll pretend like that's $5, and I'll go get a 5. So they get 6, plus they save 2, so they'll have 8 for next turn. Anzac, they are at 11. Oh, you know what? They get a bonus 1 for the transports. And Anzac gets a bonus 2 for their transports, so they will get $13, which is exactly what I have there, plus the 5, so they'll have 18 for next turn. There you have it. I'll do a recap over in the chat video.